So this, what I'm using right now is a I don't even remember what it's called, art marker or something, and I have no idea how to use it. It's something I bought because every once in a while I just buy something I have no idea what to do with. I'm like, I can figure something out with this. And it looked like I was supposed to use, it was like, it said watercolor on it, so I put some water on the paper. I don't know if that, it doesn't really, I don't know how to use it. And this is a really nice pen, by the way. I got it from 7-Eleven, and it really is nice. I bought other pens from Staples in America. I'm in Thailand right now. I bought them at Staples. They're crappy. They're crappy pens. This pen I bought for like 60 cents, and I'm loving it. It's a wonderful pen. And actually, my phone picked up a lot of really nice sounds when I was drawing, and I would almost like to turn it on and just have you can watch and listen. But you know, a lot of pen on paper and my fingers on paper earlier when I was, but I had my air conditioning on, and there's loud sounds outside, and I didn't think that was very orally aesthetic, you know. So I think everyone's starting to wake up now. So I'm hearing a few cars, motorbikes and stuff outside. So actually, I did 2 drawings for this time. I recorded two sketches, whatever you want to call this, drawings, sketches, doodles. Both times while I was drawing, like about now, I'm probably thinking to myself, okay, I'm doing this, I don't know what else to do. I have no idea what else to do. And before I got to this point, I was thinking, this is awful. I don't know what I'm doing. Am I gonna start over? Am I gonna go to the next page? I don't know. Maybe I'll just keep drawing and see if anything turns out. And it did. You know, both times, the next drawing, I did the exact same thing, only worse. I was like, oh, I thought I was gonna do something really nice. And that's what you gotta deal with. When you draw, when you make art, you have to deal with that. It took me a long time to realize that you just have to, like, not listen to your thoughts. And then, of course, that's true in real life, too. So the name of my channel now is Raining Inside. It's been that way for a little while. And I explained before the Raining Inside thing. I'm still trying. Like, I draw those little lines on the face to be kind of like rain. It doesn't look too bad here. I did another drawing recently, and I think maybe the lines and the water lines, maybe it just looks like sweat, and I'm like, that's not what I'm going for. So I don't know what to do with that. I think it probably, I wonder what a normal person, if you showed them what it was and said, what do you think this is? I wonder if they would go, oh, that person's really sweaty. I don't know, what is that? Is that acne? There's something really fun coming up. this is the extent of my bodies that I was really amazed. I'm like, am I gonna draw the arms this time? That's crazy. Oh, look, and it's Henry. That was the fun thing that's coming up. I hope you didn't get too excited. I thought, how can I incorporate Henry into this drawing? And I said, I'll put it on her shirt. She can be wearing a little dragon Henry. Excuse me. That was very loud motorbike. Wonder if I can edit that out. I'm sitting on the ground right now. Where are you sitting? Are you sitting on the ground? That would be weird. So, recently, I've gotten into looking at NFTs, non-fungible tokens, all like the Bored Ape Yacht Club stuff. And I'm doing my own, and I think that it's probably... Oh, no, everyone is waking up. This isn't good. My mouth is really dry. I'm gonna have to drink some water. Okay, excuse me. Okay, alright, better. Oh, okay. So I'm doing these non-fungible tokens, right? And I have some stuff on OpenSea. I have some stuff on Hick and Nunk, object.com, and I'll put the links below. You can go and look at. You don't buy them. I did a lot of Henrys. I thought, what's something that I can draw that I know, even if I'm not gonna make money? That's what I do here. It's like, I'm not gonna make money doing this, but it's fun. I don't know why, but it's weirdly fun to ramble to people and talk about my drawing. And you know what? Real quick, what I'm using right now, the jelly roll. It's a little white jelly. Is that jelly roll? Pen, 0.8 thickness. I realized something after this. To really make it work, you have to go really slow. And like this right now, it's not coming out at all. And at one point I just somehow figured it out, and I'm like, oh wow. So if you ever use a jelly roll pen, you have to try to be a bit slower with it. Whenever I'm recording myself drawing, I always have a bit of anxiety. I don't want to stop drawing. I don't want to take any time. I don't want to normally I would draw, look around, get back to it, think well, what do I want to do? What am I going to do? But when I'm recording it, all of a sudden I'm like, I've got to keep going. I've got to keep going and doing things, and do something over here. In a way, it's kind of good. It helps to practice, just almost intuitive, right now, what I'm doing. It's all coming out in a very, with less thought, and just kind of going intuitively, whatever my dumb hand wants to draw, wants to put up there. I mean, I'm thinking a little bit, I'll put a tree, I'll do a tree now. I'll put a little Henry here. But it's way quicker, and it's way kind of more intuitive, basically, if that is a good word for it. so the non-fungible tokens. I know a lot of people, it's one of those things that I keep going back and forth and thinking like, why would you pay for right now essentially, the joke is like you're buying a JPEG that people could just take a screenshot of, and that's totally true. I mean, with things like the Bored Ape Yacht Club, a lot of what people seem to get out of it is sort of like a tribalistic feeling of like, I've bought this and I belong to a club of people who buy these things. And I don't know, maybe that's all you need. Maybe that's all people want, really, at the end of the day. And I keep thinking too, there was that famous art piece that sold like years and years ago, like a few years ago now, that banana, maybe a couple years, but the banana duct taped to the wall, and they didn't even buy the banana duct taped to the wall. They bought a certificate saying that they bought the banana duct taped to the wall, and there were 3. Stop it, guys! Go back to sleep. There were 3, I think, certificates. Like so 3 people bought the same, not even the banana or a photo of the art piece, but literally just a certificate saying that they own this thing. So I think people buy shit that I don't understand all the time. So maybe people will buy my stuff. Sorry. Maybe people will buy whatever I'm shelling out. And it's funny, so I started on OpenSea, and after I put up a few Henrys, I found out how to do it without, Ethereum. Every time you do something on the blockchain, it costs money, so I couldn't, I don't have the money to spend, and especially Ethereum, every time you do something, it costs like hundreds of dollars right now, or a lot, if not 100. And so I found out that they have a different token that you can use on OpenSea, so I did that. And I'm like, well, I can't just put this up and just like hope that people will see it. So I have to figure out a way of at least attempting to share it with people, let people know that it exists. So at one point, I see that there's like, do you want to share with these things? I signed up for Twitter, and I guess I'll put my Twitter below too. If you wanna see what I'm putting up on my blockchain stuff, whatever, not NFTs. But what happened is, so I signed up for Twitter. I tried to sign up a long time ago, and I did, but I couldn't fit. I was like, why would a normal person want to use Twitter? And so I signed up a long time ago, and I just, after like an hour of looking at it, I just went, this is stupid, and I stopped. And I probably would stop again, but I've gotten weirdly, I'm getting less addicted now. It's starting to wear off. But for a while, I was really addicted to looking at spaces. On Twitter, they have something called Spaces where you can listen to people talk. And so I would just listen to people talk about NFTs and listen to people talk about their art. And it was really, like being in the NFT space on Twitter was, it was kind of like being in school again. And I mean like in like art classes and stuff where people, you know, they're all trying to figure out, like some of them are professionals, but a lot of them are just like amateur, and they're just trying things. And it was so nice to have people talking about the project that they're doing. And it took me forever. I've only done it once. I was so nervous, but you know, I signed up. I hit the request to speak button, and I was so nervous. I was having all this anxiety, then the anxiety would go away. It took forever for them to finally call me and go, okay, raining inside, go ahead and share with us what you got. I was so nervous. And I did it. And it's one of the rare times where I've actually given myself a little bit of like a pat on the back, like, yeah, I put myself out there and I tried. I made myself uncomfortable. I'm a good person. Lovely water. H2O is H2Go in my mouth. And down my throat. Yeah, give it up, dude. You haven't figured out the jelly roll yet. Put the jelly roll away. It's not working. Look at that. I'm like, maybe if I just scribble harder, it'll come out. It doesn't work like that, dude. This was a bad experiment. I felt bad after I did this. So this is a blue ink pen. It's totally not coming out very well. It doesn't look too bad right now, but it's harder to see Henry. I don't see the lines of him, but that's okay. That's all right. It's just in a sketchbook. Oh, here's something that I thought about talking about. So this is a relatively new sketchbook. I've got like 5 pages sketched on, drawn on, and I realized I was being way too precious, way too sensitive. You know, I don't know if this happens if you draw, if you're an artist, if you're a amateur, professional, whatever. But I was getting to this weird, awful, bad habit with new sketchbooks where I want every page to look beautiful, or, you know, don't know what to say, but like, I want it to look good, you know, really like nice. Because some people, I have no idea why or how. Some people really. Am I gonna flip to the next page? Ah, ooh. Nice, good job with that. Now I'm thinking what to do next. Anyway, some people, if you look at their sketchbooks, you can see it online. They're like, hey YouTube, look at my sketchbook. Oh no, is it fuzzy? Is it blurry? Okay, there we go, boom. Look at my sketchbook, and then they flip through the pages, and you're just going, every page is really good. Like they're all little art. Like you did things that I would call finished as a sketch. Like what is wrong with you? Why would you do that? I don't know if they're attempting to make every page in their sketchbook beautiful, like me, like an idiot. They're accomplishing their task if they're doing it. I use pen in these videos only because it's easier for the camera to see and everything. It's not what I prefer. I prefer pencil. And I think pencil I remember even like I used to read comic books when I was a teenager, and sometimes you'd see the comic art, just the pencils before they did the inks, and I need to stop looking at myself. I need to look at you. I keep forgetting. I need a big arrow pointing at the camera. Okay. So, someone's using the restroom. I'm in a hotel. Did I say that? So, I don't know what I was saying. Something about preciousness. Something about drawing with pens. Yeah, so now I draw with pen. Oh, I was saying about comic book art. I like pencils. I like looking at pencil sketch or pencil lines and everything way better than pen. Like I think you get way more I don't know. Like you can just, there's way more activity or something with pencil than there is with pen. I think the personality of this is so, I feel like such a that was me getting like annoyed and frustrated. I'm like, screw it, I'm just gonna make, I can't. And it was me telling myself, stop being precious. So I was starting to get really controlled, like really like, oh, I want it to look really nice. And I was like, oh, stop it. And I just went, ah. That's what I have to do. So anyways, I think pencil looks better than pen. And this is me going, fuck yeah. No, I'm not gonna be precious at all. I'm getting out the giant pen. I'm fucking killing this piece of paper with my drawing. You know, I'm not holding back. And honestly, as much as I really like the precious drawings that people do, and I try and make all my drawings precious, I also really like, this is the people that are like wild. They're like wild with their drawings. It's really nice. It's like, yeah. For a long time I didn't like this little thing that I did over there. But I fixed that too, because I'm awesome. You gotta remember, whatever you're doing, just keep going. If you think you screwed up, you maybe did, but maybe you can make it unscrewed up. You know, happy mistakes. And I have to constantly remind myself, even in life, like you don't get anywhere without effing up. I'll try not to cuss too much on these. You don't get anywhere. You don't get anywhere in life without effing up. You don't get anywhere in art without effing up. You don't get better without effing up. You don't learn, you don't grow, you don't do anything. So I know within myself there's a lot of like, there's all that perfectionism, and I hope that you don't have to struggle with that same thing. That feeling of like, I've got to do it all just right, and the first time I've got to make the hole in one because I want to be the special guy that makes the hole in one in the very first shot. You know, I think a lot of it, for me, I don't know about you, but for me, I think a lot of it's that I really want to feel special. I really want to be like, I'm the guy. I could get out onto the dance floor and I could just dance and everyone would be like, wow, you've been like studying dance. And I'd be like, nah, I just do this because I'm just like amazing. I've never danced before in my life and I'm just killing it right now. And people go, wow, you're so amazing. Yes. Fill in the blanks for anything else in life. You know, I want to make an A on the test without studying. Like, what's that about? So this little character on the right, that's Henry there. On the right, think I always forget what the character's name is because I just recently came up with one. Is it Uznia? And he's sort of based, like the name is based on. This is how like overly thinking I do it. I wanted a name for this character. I had no idea what to name this dude, or girl, or a non-binary creature, and it always kind of looked a bit. It was wispy. Not right now with the pen here, but I usually draw it kind of very wispy. It's kind of like supposed to be like a tree, nature, sprite thing, character with magical and he's kind of got a little bit of meanness, but a little bit of like a fun mean, and like look at him smiling over at Henry. What's he thinking? Or what's it thinking? So I looked up, because of the wispiness, there's like the Spanish moss that hangs from oak trees in the southeast, and it kind of reminded me of that. So I'm like, I go to Wikipedia and I'm looking up Spanish moss and what that's called, and there's like a genotype of like called Usnea something or something like that. So I took so I said, that's a nice name for a random, like I wanted it to sound not like, oh, there's Stephen over there, or there's Deborah, I didn't want to give it like English names, so I wanted to give it something off. It works. Usnea. It's spelled Usnea. I'm sure that a lot of people who read it will read it differently. I don't have a clue how to read it. I just read it as Usnea. And look, I thought, why are all these eyes there? Let me put some mushrooms. Were the eyes? Is Henry losing his mind? Is the what's that tree sprite Usnea doing over there? And so I thought, maybe Henry, and this is kind of, like I concoct a story while I'm doing the drawing, just to give myself, like, what else can I do? What else does it needs to go places and stuff? So yeah, I thought maybe Henry got into something, and he's getting a bit loopy. Seeing eyes hanging from the skies. Usnea's over there. Usnea knows what's up. Usnea's like, what did you get into? What did you get into, Henry? And I really wanted to bring out the crazy in Henry with those. He's shaking, he's vibrating. Henry really got into something. Oh man, I don't know about you. I've been there. I've been there without doing anything. I just woke up there one day. Maybe Usnea visited me. Slipped me something while I was asleep. This is where I learned. This is the moment that I learned, oh, if you go slow with the Jelly Roll ink pen, it comes out. Look at that. Look at those lines. Oh, look at that. I'm gonna do another video where I just put a bunch of black down and then I'll just draw white lines. Just white line, white line, white line. Really slow and methodical. Very relaxing. I can't imagine. I do this in kind of an ASMR style. I don't know how relaxing I am when I speak, because I'm looking at myself. Again, I don't know how relaxing I am, because I do get a little bit, my energy goes a little bit up when I start speaking. I'm on camera and all that stuff. And that was when I got onto the Twitter Spaces. I was talking for like 2 minutes, and I don't think I sounded panicked, but I definitely felt panicked, and I felt like rushed, and I was like, oh, I gotta say everything. So, if I had a different setup, I would like to be able to just pop on a different show some of my the art that I've been uploading to the NFT spaces and stuff. I'm keeping my more artsy stuff on Object, and I'm putting all my Henrys on OpenSea, because that's just where I started with Henry, and so I'll keep doing that. That was really, again, both of these big pages, I got to a point, especially in the beginning, where I was like, this is not working. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know where it's going. And I eventually figured it out. Alright, there you go. Boom, shakalaka. Guys, thank you so much for watching my video. Like this, subscribe, do all that stuff. Look at my OpenSea, check out the links below. Look at the different I tried doing a bunch of variations of Henry, so look at the variations of Henry. Go to my object stuff, look at my object stuff, my more artsy stuff, and then that's it. Guys, peace out. I love you. You're wonderful. Thank you so much for watching.